Deep in the heart of the bustling city, Paco the parrot sat proudly on his shiny silver perch, his eyes always alert to the world around him. The pet store was filled with the hum of people and the chatter of animals, but Paco was the star attraction, perched right by the window where he could watch the city's endless parade. His feathers were a dazzling burst of rainforest colors, vivid greens, deep blues, bright yellows, and fiery reds, making him look like a living jewel among the cages and tanks. Paco loved to mimic the shop's ringing phone and whistle the shopkeeper's favorite tune, always drawing smiles from customers with his cheerful "Good day, mate" and clever tricks. He was a true entertainer, never missing a chance to show off his wit. Yet behind his playful antics, Paco's heart longed for something more than the safety of his cage. He dreamed of soaring high and free beyond the pet store's glass walls and into the open sky. Day after day, he watched the world change outside, his gaze following the pigeons and sparrows as they swooped and soared wherever they pleased, their freedom stirring a deep yearning within him. Every night, as the city lights flickered, Paco imagined tasting wild berries, meeting new friends in distant trees, and discovering places he'd only seen in his dreams. He would stretch his wings wide, feeling the air beneath them, and picture the wind lifting him higher and higher, far above the city's rooftops. The city's sounds, rumbling buses, distant birds, wailing sirens called to him, each noise a reminder of the wild adventure waiting just beyond the door. Paco knew deep down he was meant for more than a perch in a shop. He was born to explore, to discover, and to live a life full of excitement and wonder. Paco's destiny was waiting for him, just beyond those four walls, in a world filled with endless possibilities. One scorching afternoon, the pet store was buzzing with activity, and a clumsy delivery boy, juggling packages and paperwork, accidentally left Paco's cage unlatched. Just for a second, but that was all it took. Paco, the clever parrot, noticed the opportunity immediately. With a quick glance at the distracted shopkeeper, he seized his chance, slipping quietly from his perch and tiptoeing to the edge of the open door. He darted past curious puppies and squeaking hamsters, weaving through the aisles with his heart pounding, eyes fixed on the glowing automatic door at the front of the shop. As the door slid open with a soft whoosh, Paco took a deep breath and launched himself into the bright city air, wings beating with a rush of newfound strength and excitement. He soared higher and higher, the pet store shrinking below him, the city's sounds and smells swirling around in a dizzying, exhilarating mix as he left his old life behind. For the very first time, Paco felt truly free. No bars, no cage, just endless sky and adventure ahead. He screeched with pure joy, his cry of "Crikey, I'm free!" echoing between the tall buildings, startling a few pigeons and turning heads below. Back in the pet store, Paco's cage sat empty, the perch abandoned, and the shopkeeper scratching his head in confusion at the missing parrot. In his place was no longer Paco the pet store parrot, but Paco the explorer, perched high above the city, ready for whatever adventure awaited him next. The city, with all its mysteries and wonders, was now his to discover, and Paco couldn't wait to see what tomorrow would bring. Paco's first stop was a sprawling city park, an oasis of green. He met cheeky squirrels, tasted sweet strawberries at the market, and watched city life from a telephone wire. He learned to dodge buses, find shelter from rain, and spot the best crumbs with the pigeons. The city was a giant puzzle, and Paco was learning every piece. He saw families at dinner, children playing, and the city lights twinkling on at dusk. Each day brought new challenges and thrills. Paco was no longer a spectator, he was part of the world. He found freedom in every flutter and feast. The city was wild, unpredictable, and wonderful. Paco was living his dream. One sunny afternoon, Paco the parrot was perched by the window, watching the world go by, when he suddenly heard a desperate cry for help. A little girl was stuck high up in a tree, her frightened kitten stranded on a branch just out of reach. The girl clung to the tree, calling for her mother, while the kitten mewed pitifully beside her. Without hesitation, Paco began to squawk loudly and tapped urgently at the window, flapping his wings to get attention. His commotion caught the mother's eye, drawing her to the window just in time. The mother dashed outside, her heart pounding, and quickly climbed up to rescue her daughter and the kitten. Thanks to Paco's quick thinking and alarm, both were brought safely back to the ground, and the family hugged each other in relief and gratitude. "The birdie saved me," the girl exclaimed, her eyes wide with wonder and amazement as she looked at Paco, who watched her with bright, curious eyes. Overwhelmed with gratitude, the mother offered Paco a juicy slice of apple and invited him to stay with their family, promising him a safe and loving home. From that day forward, Paco enjoyed a cozy home filled with laughter, open windows, and a family who adored him. He could perch by the window and feel the breeze, or join in the fun indoors. Whenever he wished, Paco could fly free outside or return for cuddles, treats, and the warmth of his new family. He was always welcome, whether he wanted adventure or affection. Paco soon became friends with the playful kitten and even taught the little girl to say, "G'day, mate," in his cheerful voice, filling the house with laughter and joy. Surrounded by love, Paco had finally found his flock, a family and the freedom to be himself. What a little champion he turned out to be.